Karibu sana to another Sanaa kwa Sanaa Sunday session. On this 29th day of January 2023, saini 8:53, shukran sana kwa kuwa hapa. Natumai hali yako ni njema. Iwapo sio njema pia inaeleweka. Natumai utakuwa vyema ukinisikia na ukiwa part of hii session. Tuone vile itakuwa, maybe ni 2 hours long, maybe ni 10 hours long, maybe ni 1 hour long, maybe ni 30 minutes long. Inaweza kuwa any of the above or none of the above as well, depending on how this goes. But shukran sana for taking the time na for being here. Tutafanya a recap then to get into what we are here for. So wiki iliyopita tulizungumzia an art exhibition which inaisha on Tuesday, seeing that today ni 29th, so on the 31st of January itakuwa inaisha, na the exhibition that nazungumzia ni exhibition ya Leo Mativo, a Kenyan visual artist, happening at the moment at Alliance Francaise. Ili open on 18th of January, which was Wednesday, and in a run for wiki kaa mbili. So nilikuwa na share a reel rather, which inaonyesha some of the paintings na artworks and the moments from the opening night, which ilikuwa ya Wednesday ya 18th, but the reel ilikuja afterwards. The discussion ilikuwa about that exhibition and my experience of the exhibition on opening night. Asante sana to Hazel who is here. Hazel, how are you? Natumai uko salama salmini. Natumai uko vyema. Niambie, let me know how you are. So hii exhibition tulizungumzia wiki iliyopita, na vile nimesema inafaa kuisha on the 31st. Sijui kama kuna mtu mwenye anaona hii na hajaenda na ngedai kuenda between now and tomorrow, because ukiona Tuesday it might be too late, or ukiona Tuesday asubuhi and then uamue kuenda upitie Alliance kucheck the exhibition. Vile nimesema ni ya Leo Mativo, inaitwa Mirror Mirror, Portraits of Being Alive. Check out the reel that nimesema nilishare days after that session. Pia unaweza check hiyo session yetu ya wiki iliyopita where we discussed the exhibition. Shukran sana to Ngala Elias the Rogue Professor for passing by. Mara ya kwanza anajoin live yetu. Shukran sana. Na pia asante for the love ulionyesha the post which ilificha kanda yako, which is the Nakala album yake na Master Quest. Hiyo ni list yangu ya the projects of the month ya mwezi uliopita. So kile nilisikiza in December, I listened to a lot of music. So the Nakala album ilikuwa part of zile projects zile nilisikiza huu mwezi as the year was rounding up, and as a music enthusiast na lover and critic and reviewer, ile ku catch up na kile kusikiza during the rest of the year. Hazel amesema, hey love, I am unwell but I'm hoping to get better by the end of this week. Uko na ugonjwa upi? Unaugua nini? Apart from that, ako alright. Yourself? Mimi naendelea vyema kabisa. Ugua pole. Pata afueni. Shukran sana to Wambo, karibu sana. And Wambo na Hazel ni watu wawili wenye na appreciate sana. So apart from joining this live, they also joined my lives on Friday, and apart from that, naonanga Hazel kwa blog, and then earlier today nimeona Wambo kwa blog. So asante sana to these two people, na I appreciate sana. Tonsillitis. Tough. Ugua pole. Natumai utapata afueni hivi karibuni vile umesema. So if you're watching this na ungependa kwenda hiyo exhibition by any chance, kama hujaenda bado, feel free kupitia pale Alliance uone Mira ya Leo Mativu. Ukiangalia the session that niliongelea wiki iliyopita, unaweza na pia some sample pieces, na pia ukienda kwa channel yake, rather page yake on Instagram, utapata pieces zile anashare. So inafaa kuwa a series of 100 art pieces, an ongoing series from 2022 to 2023. So unaweza cheki pages zake, mpate pia kwa website yake, utapata more insights, utapata more information, utaona the kind of work that anashare. Apart from discussing hiyo exhibition, tulizungumzia pia No Table Manners, which ilikuwa listening party ya Deeper Connection, formerly Mbogi Connection. 5 years, because I'm 45, but 5 years after starting their journey as a band, and that being 2018 being the year ile walianza kuperform pamoja, and ikakuwa the seeds zile bloom into Mbogi Connection. Then in 2021 Deeper Connection wame release their debut project. Wali release a single in 2022, and then early this year, almost a year since we released single yao was Zimzim, produced by Nabiswa, Son of the Sun. Wame release EP yao No Table Manners, alias Not Able Manners. Ilikuwa ina happen at Muringa, hapo Santuri, East Africa, sides Kilimani, Muringa Road, Kilimani. So hiyo ni something else that nili-cover, nikiongelea the listening party and how the entire event went. Hiyo ni something pia if you want to check out, unaweza on our session ya wiki iliyopita, ilikuwa the last half of our conversation. The EP is also available if you just want to listen to the music na utaki kunisikia nikiongea. Hiyo pia ni sawa. If you're even this far to the video and you're hearing about it na hujai watch na hujaisikia, it's okay. Tafuta Notable Manners on Hustle sasa, utapata kazi uisikize. The night of and the following day after release ilikuwa Punch. Say I think ni so 8, I could be wrong, maybe walipatia wase grace period, sijui, because nili-buy on the day of, because this is what I do. I buy Kenyan music. I support Kenyan musicians because they need my support. They told me specifically, what can we do without your support? So I do my due diligence. So check that out as well. Na kuna articles that imeandika on them when they were Mbogi Connection, before Deeper Connection, articles that you should definitely read. Nilisema hivyo wiki iliyopita, nita-emphasize, and I was check out. Ukienda kwa blog, the link ya blog, if you're watching this on Instagram, iko kwa the link kwa bio. If you are watching this on YouTube, the link ya blog iko kwa description ya hii video, or ukienda kwa our about segment utaipata, or just type Sanaa kwa Sana, utapata link ya the blog. And then once you're there, just type Mbogi Connection, utapata results za articles 3. You can check those articles out. Very insightful stories and well written by yours truly, because this is what I do. Then after that kulikuwa na muziki ya wiki 2.33 on Monday. Sijui kama umeiona, let me know if you have. If you haven't, you're doing some horrendous stuff. That's an atrocity you're committing. After that, hiyo video ya muziki ya wiki, the first song ilikuwa Manyo Pesa ya Costa Ojwang featuring Watendawili, a song that is part of Costa Ojwang's sophomore album Fueny aka Revelations, iliyotoka last year in November. At least the listening, the album launch itself, and then akai-release baadaye. Ungeipata hiyo pia on Hustle sasa before uipate kwa streaming platforms, and that is something that nimeona wasanii kadhaa wanafanya. They can launch a project or kuwe na a listening session, and then utaipata Hustle sasa before uipate kwa streaming platforms. It's a good move. They need the money, they need to earn from their work. And what they get from easy platforms where you can purchase music ni way more than what they can ever get from easy streaming sites. You need to be extremely popular na upate a lot of streams, you earn something substantial from easy digital streaming platforms. So whenever you have the opportunity, whenever you have the chance, hakikisha umenunua hizi kazi from artists, kama ni from their websites, kama ni when they are sending you, if they are sending you soft copies via email, via whichever ways, kama ni on MOOC, whatever platforms that they are using and whichever means wanatumia release na kuuza kazi zao, do that na ita go a long way for them definitely. So tuli release review ya Costa Ojwang ya album yake Fueny. Then after that, Boss album ya Kelo Max, debut album yake iliyotoka on December 16th, is another review that we have up on the channel. Check that review as well kama hujaicheki, na kama kawaida ukiwa huko kwa hizo videos una like the video, unaweza acha a random ask comment for the sake of commenting on those videos. And then lastly, jana nilishare a snippet from Mziki ya Wiki 2.33, which ni video review ya Costa Ojwang na hiyo track yake na Watendawili. Shukran sana to Nyanchama for being here, another person mwenye ni supportive kwa sana, na appreciate kukuona hapa. It's always beautiful kukuona the family here. So what we are here for today ni kuongelea concert performance set ya Bernt Isak mwenye ni one half of the duo Unganisha, wenye niliwaongelea hiyo wiki iliyopita, hiyo weekend ya 15th, the week before our last week session, because walikuwa wana play at Move Cafe and Bistro. And then hii juma imepita alikuwa na play at The Mist for January. Wamekuwa na couple of performances I wanted to go to, but nilizihata, and I regret missing those sessions. Kwanza the one that was before Bernt, the 2 sessions before Bernt, I really wanted to go for that one, lakini circumstances hazingeniruhusu because I had to produce content for you. So you have to watch these videos and like these videos. So their January list ilikuwa so packed. I am looking forward to kuona what they have in February. Bado hawajashare list ya how their sessions zitakuwa this coming month and who will be playing, but The Mist wanakuanga na easy sessions kila Friday usiku, where they are playing music and they have alternative artists and alternative DJs, experimental music, electronic, dub, techno, bass, and very many genres that tunaweza pata, hip hop there. And it's something that if you are interested in, you should definitely make a point ya attend. And even if not, just listening to easy genres of music that hauko familiar with, na ni experimental na alternative na mainstream na underground, iko kwa The Basement na The Mist ni an underground place, you should definitely explore na uone easy genres and usikie the kind of music that people are also playing. And the kind of space that uko in at the moment in allow different artists to apate easy spaces na wa play ile music wana create. So for January, the people I wanted to go na nilihata sana kwanza ilikuwa Jinku, and I knew Jinku was here the following week after session yake, because alikuwa hapa wiki ya kwanza, Friday ya kwanza ya January on the 6th alikuwa na play. How sad that was. So I knew about that nikiona posta yao ya the entire month, and I said the next person on this list, which ilikuwa on the 13th, nikasema I am not missing this. So ilikuwa Kamaru, and not only Kamaru, ilikuwa Kamaru and Nyokabi karaoke. Felt terrible. I felt absolutely terrible for missing your session, because I had to produce, create, and give you content. You see, I am making sacrifices for you. The least you can do is watch these videos and like these videos and check us out on Patreon. So Kamaru, I have never watched Kamaru live. Nimesikia music yake, nimesikia creations zake. I knew that would have been an experience that ufai kuhata. On top of that, niko na Nyokabi karaoke. Nikajiambia, this is a beautiful combination, and they are friends and collaborators, so I definitely wanted to watch that. Unfortunately, sikuweza, but niliona, because sijaongea na anyone who went for that one. Niliona wakisema how they performed their sets na vile wali execute. So ilikuwa an hour of, was it an hour maybe, of Kamaru playing collection ya kazi zake zile ametoa within the past 3 years. And then this even made it worse because I knew this a few days ago that Nyokabi ali play from her upcoming album because anafaa kukuwa na an album dropping in March, na nilisikia ali play from that that one. So nikasema si easy hata Bernt. I could not miss that one. I could not. Isa ningekuwa nimeharibu vibaya sana. So I watched Bernt on Friday. My first time kuona live ilikuwa kwa show yao as Unganisha at Move. If you want to know how that one went, check out your session ya kuangalia Unganisha. And tumesikia their project, tumereview their work, nimereview their works. Check that out. Na even tomorrow mziki ya wiki na feature an Unganisha song. I could not miss this and I am glad I did not. I am absolutely glad. Siku hata hii session ya Friday usiku worthwhile, completely worthwhile. And the artists wenye wali play for that session, different artists, different sounds, and that makes it even more engaging and more involving for you as a listener. So Bernt akishare the poster alisema from 9 mtapata DJ Raf akicheza, and then I'll start my set at 11, and then afterwards Ralph atamaliza with another set. But time nilifika nilipata Busy Bingi akicheza, which was that around 9 or before. I think ilikuwa around 9 or a few minutes past. So enjoyed session ya Busy Bingi, and true to Bernt's word alisema ni 11 ataanza. That happened, and this is rare. I think they mentioned story ya time kwa show ya Deeper Connection nikisema story ya Wakenya na kuingia shows time wanataka, na Wakenya kuanza shows time ile wamesema wataanza show. That happens a lot. Ukiangalia the shows that nime review kwa easy Sunday sessions, I think nimeitaja kwa a number of them. So immediately ilifika 11, Bernt alikuwa on stage. By then alikuwa shanza ku ensure kila kitu iko sawa, setup ilikuwa ready, so just prepping himself. And 11 alikuwa ameanza kucheza na kucreate na kutueka kwa hii atmosphere ya set yake. So Busy Bingi, I shared some of this kwa my stories, maybe Hazel na Wambo na Nyanchama walizicheki, maybe Hazel na Wambo. Nyanchama sijuka aliziona. But on Saturday morning I shared snippets of the performance ya Busy Bingi and then ya Bernt. Jazz, you just have to go to the mist. The selection from the artists and the DJs who play, wild, eclectic, and you have to see it for yourself. Now you experience. Nikata mjenda kuona Monrea. I had wanted to see Monrea live. I think that is the last time nilikuwa huko. I think ni hiyo siku yenye, because kuna siku alikuwa ana play, hiyo siku alikuwa kwa list na Sharperman na Gadhoni. So before that kuna a session alikuwa amecheza before, and I went for that, which alikuwa the main act. So I remember going for that one after a long time of wanting kuona Monrea akiplay live. So I went for that, and then during siku ya listening party na launch ya Janice kulikuwa pia na show hapo at the Mist. So ndio ilikuwa na Sharperman, Gadhoni and Monrea as well. So I think I just caught a glimpse of set yake kidogo. So it was amazing kuona Monrea akiplay. So there was that as the last time nilikuwa huko for a show which was in November. And then now this one again this time. Nasema kuzicheki unfortunately. Busy ilikuwa completely surprising kukuwa kwa such a public space, such a space. It shouldn't be surprising anyway. The acts that we play, vile nimesema, their tastes and their interests ni eclectic, very expansive. So niaje Wangoi, karibu sana. So always amazing pia kuona Wangoi siku hizi akijoining hizi sessions. Shukran sana Wangoi. Last week ulipitia and then ukatoka as I was giving a speech kuhusu siku yako ya kuzaliwa, but you are here, so asante sana. So since their tastes na interests na preferences and sonic sensibilities ni eclectic, haifai kuwa surprising, but sidhani nimekuwa kwa space na nikasikia someone mixing and playing jazz. So I've been to spaces where nimesikia maybe a jazz cut in between a mix, or nimesikia some jazz samples, or sometimes even easy cuts that I'm mentioning, a DJ will play that as an jaribu kuonesha where the original sample came from, and then I get into the song that ana play where the sound yenye alikuwa na play haikuwa jazz. And what I'm speaking about ni hip hop sets. So places kama Power, for instance, ukienda zile show za The Pit back then wakiplaying huko, ungepata hizo sounds. It's hip hop, and hip hop borrow from jazz, boom bap click, au kwa na hizi show za hip hop na jazz. I've not gone for most of them, but I'm sure that happens. But the ones that nimeishia where Middle East amecheza, or shows za Middle East la me play sana nakumbuka tukiwa greenhouse pale Adams, you had hizo snippets hapa na pale, but not someone playing a jazz song after a jazz song after a jazz song, and that is the set. And then Busy Bingi akona hii technique anatumia akiplay, where ni kama ana introduce the song ama anasema something about the composer of the song, aki-introduce the song or the act. So alikuwa naifanya, ilikuwa inaka comical na humorous, where alikuwa na mic stand mbele yake, haikuwa na mic, so alikuwa tu anaongea to an empty mic stand, but ilikuwa inaka entertaining kile alikuwa anafanya, and then would also get a laugh from that. But listening to jazz song, listening to swing in a club on a Friday night back to back was very surprising, lakini ilikuwa a beautiful experience seeing that and experiencing that. Nakumbuka introduce a song by Miles Davis, a song by, was it Charlie Parker? So what I managed to hear introduce the acts for those different instances, or there was someone else, there was Sonny Rollins, not Charlie Parker. So such absolutely beautiful from Busy Bingi. So I'll play set yake, and then Bernt took over as nilisema at 11 p.m. and I shared snippets za performance ya Bernt na Busy Bingi. So for Bernt, kwa my last clip nilisema, if you ever see Bernt Isak on a poster, enda hiyo show. Madness. Easily. Of course, ni January, I've only gone for one performance gig, because the exhibition's here gig, there's no performance there. I've only gone for one on a deeper connection. Easily the best performance nimeona huu mwaka, na najua mwaka ukiisha itakuwa completely memorable. Even then, an hour and 15 minutes kuanzia mwanzo hadi mwisho, no talking, kujiintroduce. Wali switch so busy, alikuwa na play right next to where Bernt alikuwa na table yake set up. Alimaliza, alikuwa na play, Bernt took over kwa set yake, kwa station yake, and akaanza kucheza And that was an hour and 15 minutes of pure insanity, pure musical insanity, pure musical brilliance. A complete experience from start till the end, a complete moment. And from the time that alianza, ukisikiza mziki ya Unganisha, you notice how Bernt layers the soundscape of their songs, and then Labdi sings over that. But kile anafanyanga, even if you watch our review ya Kucheza by Unganisha, is something that we noted, now we remarked on. He layers his sounds in an intriguing and fascinating way. And with these songs, which they are not for the songs for the project, because hauna a lot of time to build, and then ilikuwa an EP hiyo Kucheza, you get right into the moment na uko na shorter build-ups. For this one ilikuwa an hour, alikuwa na take time. And this same layering that you can even pick kwa project kama Kucheza, which is 17 minutes and 5 songs, lakini bado unaweza ona analea sounds in this manner. In some instances ana pull back some elements of the production and then anazi bring back, or ana change something, and he's using unique sounds. Watching him live is completely different and even higher than what utapata, a notch higher kwa recorded works. And even if you watch live performances zake, since akona time could build a moment na kutu carry gradually, that is exactly what happens if you watch his sessions on YouTube live and then umuone kwa stage akiperform. So he take time yake for the first 20 or 23 minutes just building na kuanza na very sparse sounds, minimalist production, minimalist sonic choices, as alikuwa na build pole na machines zake nyingi. I even said during my review of their performance as Unganisha how alikuwa anatumia his equipment and how he went insane on that day akicheza, very wild. This was the same thing na a notch higher ukimwacha akifanya set yake as a producer, as a sound artist, a sound designer, a composer, a musician, all of these elements coming together and performing really beautiful music, vibrant, energetic. So I may take 20 or so minutes just building up, and then alikuwa na a mic. So hii mic yake alikuwa anaitumia ku input vocals and then ku play na their tones and their pitches and how zilikuwa zina sound. That kind of layering, that kind of sonic na creative direction made that experience what it was. Na alikuwa anaitumia several times, and then anakuja kwa mitambo yake, anacheza kile anacheza, and just using what alikuwa nayo kwa his workstation and what alicreate. It's wild to think about na kuna vile aliconceptualize this show, and I am really curious. I wanted to sikupata chance kuongea naye kuuliza how do you prepare for such a set? How do you do it ukienda ukijua uko na show unaenda kuperform for an hour? How are you preparing this kind of music kuchezea watu na ujue where you are going? Because sikuona ati alikuwa na a set list that alikuwa anatumia kujua we are going from here to there. So I am really curious to understand how that one works. I even said tuki review show yao as Unganisha how they played around the arrangements. So if you've listened to the EP and you are there, unge notice hizo changes for the arrangements. I've always stated that when you're playing music live inafaa kukuwa different experience from what mse atasikia on record, and that is what they've done. Najua kuna artists who do that a lot, which is amazing creatively. So watching them perform live, ungesikia those changes kwa arrangements, where choruses would come and how the verses would end or how the verses would start. Kulikuwa na a lot of changes zile walifanya kwa their arrangements and kwa hizo compositions. So with this one, since hakuna a set list na hakuna songs that you're playing, or maybe kuna some songs alicheza from his catalog solo, but I'm still curious to understand vile you play such and how you prep kucheza music hivo na kucompose live and where your mind goes as you're creating. And after prepping us na kutukaribisha for 20 something minutes, gradually tukaanza kusikia his hard hitting drums. If you've listened again to Unganisha, if you've not, what are you doing with your life? you know his drum choices, unaanza kusikia familiarity, the kind of music that umesikia kwa projects za Unganisha, and he builds. Kuna points where he takes it to a whole another level, completely energetic, completely vibrant, and then in some instances zinashuka, inakuwa more sparse, more minimalistic, and then I play around na fewer sounds, and then after some moments that again turns up and the energy goes to a whole nother level. So ilikuwa this sort of moments za crescendo, and then moments za kudip, and this sort of zigzag kind of moment na graph if you have to chart it out. And ilikuwa what a performance should be. Nika watching a film, nika you're following a series, nika you're reading a book, listening to a song or an album. Kuna hizi moments that make whatever it is una experience ikuwe wholesome, and that is exactly what tulipata from performance ya Bernt. A holistic, wholesome experience that was completely energetic na dynamic, and his element as a producer, as a musician, his uniqueness, his idiosyncratic kind of music choices and sounds were all there in that 1 hour and 15-minute set. I would definitely recommend uende show yake, usikize Unganisha, skiza Unganisha. I can't emphasize this enough. Skiza Unganisha. And then after this I should talk to Bernt na Labdi, niwaambie onani commission yangu. Skiza Unganisha. Na ukiona Bernt kwa poster ukihata, it's up to you. Maybe you're watching this and you watched some of the snippets. Those ilikuwa barely scratching the surface ya what tulipata for 1 hour and 15 minutes. Complete brilliance from Bernt. I would definitely love to watch him play again over and over. After amalize set yake, akathank watu, and then Raf mwenye sasa Bernt alikuwa ametaja kwa post yake akiambia watu watoke for the show na that anacheza, ndiye alimaliza wa mwisho kutupeleka into some house na deep house sounds, and I enjoyed that for maybe half an hour or so, or 40 minutes, and then nikatoka. But that was such an experience, and true to kile alifanya, alisema 9 to 11 mpate a set, not from me, from someone else. 11 naanza, and then after I'm done someone else, I'll stick to that. And it was a brilliant experience that I had, an amazing one. I can't wait. I'm looking forward to seeing what kind of lineup they have for February. This happens kila Friday usiku. That is a kind of thing. And if you want to explore, angalia The Mist KE. I think the mist.ke on Instagram. Utapata all the details. Then our other discussion for today is something that happens kila February. But kwanza, shukran to Wambo, shukran to Hazel, shukran to Nyanchama kwa kuwa hapa. My people, asanteni sana, na shukran to Wangoi for passing by, na Ngala as well aliyepitia hapa awali. Wambo, I'm hoping uko salama, niambie how you are. Nyanchama pia niambie jinsi ulivyo. Dada yetu Hazel akona tonsillitis, so yuko unwell. Nyinyi niambie jinsi mlivyo, tujue hali zenu. So MWE, which in a stand for Music Writer Exercise, ni an exercise that happens kila February. MWE pia nimeiongelea. Nimetaja MWE a gazillion times kwa hizi Sunday sessions. I should also look for Kadi Suarez, nimwambia nipatie kakitu. Nimtumie email. So MWE, aka Music Writer Exercise, is an exercise that happens kila February. Ilianza in 2015. Ni brainchild ya an American music journalist anaitwa Gary Suarez. The idea ni for each day of February, pick an album ile hujawahi sikiza before, isikize from start to finish, then andika a tweet about it. I learned about MWE in 2019, early February. I think ilikuwa day 2 of February. At the time nilikuwa nimeanza ku blog at Sanaa kwa Sanaa, that same blog that I mentioned earlier nikisema I'm thanking Hazel na Wambo for checking the blog out and for reading easy articles za mziki ya wiki. That same blog that nimesema kuna articles on Deeper Connection, formerly Mbogi Connection, that you can get. That same article that has held down the Kenyan music industry for years, that same blog, that one, iko na so many gems. If you just go there na uangalie, uende kwa categories and pick, so much history iko documented kwa hiyo blog. Nilikuwa nimei-open in November 2018, and the first article ever on that blog ilikuwa my review ya Island Royalty, the album launch ya King Kaka. So at the time, February 2019, a few months after me ku launch na ku open the blog, so I wanted to keep the blog active. I was trying to seek some ideas that would make that happen, na nikuwe nikiandika regularly. So it just so happened that nikakam across MWE on Twitter a few days into February. Nikasoma the description from Gary's tweet, nikasema I would want to do this. Siku overthink. If you know me, unajua my ideas zinakuanga mostly spontaneous, and once they happen, I want to execute them na nimalizane nazo. So that happened for MWE. I learned about it, nikasoma description, nikasema I would love to do this. So immediately nikaanza. So for my day 2, nilifanya 2 projects, catch up na day 1 and then day 2. And I think zilikuwa, were they albums or EPs? I think they were albums. Up until day 3, the first 3 projects zilikuwa international hip hop projects. Then idea can hit even more, nikasema further, what if I just focus on Kenyan music projects? Because of my concerns na Kenyan music journalism, because ikona so many gaps, nikamua nifanye Kenyan music projects. So kutafuta Kenyan music projects that's just Kiza, which at the time zilikuwa kibao sana, and they still are, but as of now I have covered a greater part of the Kenyan music landscape. You can never say I did not do my part. You can never ever I have done my part. So I did that, nika change. So I can remember nilisikia Redemption ya J-Rock na nilisikia DeLorean ya Chris Rivers. Sikumbuki what was my day 1. But for the first 3 days ilikuwa international hip hop projects, first 2 or 3, then nika switch. I think I listened to nilisikia Klepto hiyo mwaka. I remember listening to Maya Von Leko that year. Na ilikuwa Dust ya Wanja Wohoro. Maya nilimsikia baadaye because at the time Drift haikuwa available on SoundCloud. And nikianza kufanya MWE, my source ilikuwa SoundCloud. So pia ningeangalia projects that were available on SoundCloud. So ningeangalia list nione huyo ako na project iko SoundCloud. Kama iko sawa ni seti kwa list. Inapatikana sawa ni seti kwa list. Kina Wendy Kimani, the Mushrooms, I think in that first year I did the Mushrooms. Maybe Klepto, Nonini, Jua Kali, King Kaka. I think I did Naomi Washira as well. I did Kavinya, I did Suzia. So I did Gidi Gidi Maji Maji. So a lot of projects from a different array of artists. Karibu sana, Sheri. My people, Wambo na Nyanchama. Mko salama? Pia kama mnadedi, kama mnadai mnasema tu tunadedi. Kama mnadedi just say we are dying. So ilikuwa an array of artists that nilikover huo mwaka wa kwanza, and I managed to do it. So my sources ilikuwa SoundCloud and Boomplay. So niliseti Boomplay and I was listening from these two, but sana SoundCloud. I think I got into Boomplay for most of the projects. Kusikumbuki ite nje ikiwa na Boomplay, I found that natumianga kuwachezea beats when I do my thing on Friday. I don't think it had Boomplay, or did it? Juna kumbuka for projects kama za Gidi Gidi, Maji Maji, No Nini, Jua Kali, they were only available on Boomplay. Maybe ilikuwa nazisikizia kwa machine, but ilikuwa Boomplay na SoundCloud. And then when I did this in 2020 nilikuwa nimeanza kutumia other sources za kusikiza, but still the main thing ilikuwa to availability of whatever it is I want to listen to. And SoundCloud imenipatia a lot of gems musically, a lot. So what find that nimependa through the years, kuna a lot of Kenyan acts that nimejulia SoundCloud. Then pia kuna musicians and projects and songs that nilifeature. Sata nilianza kufanya mziki ya wiki that nilizijulia kwa SoundCloud as well. So SoundCloud for me imekuwa a huge source and a huge resource ya kupata a lot of music over the years before nianze mziki ya wiki, and even time nilikuwa nafanya mziki ya wiki. So kuna a lot of selections that I've received, that I've gotten from there. Na nilikuwa nashukutua nasikiza, but I'm just confirming. Sheri, nawe je, uko aje? How are you doing? Una hustle ama uko kejanyo nisikiza? Najua Ijumaa ulikuwa una hustle. Leo Wambo anasema ako poa, kitchen duty nikisikiza, I had a feeling. Soul food. Shukran sana Wambo for being here. Nyanchama anasema ako salama, nashukuru kusikia hivyo, nafurahia kusikia. Nashukuru for your response, amesema na kusikiza. Sasa niko na intention ya kucheki catalog nzima ya Sanaa. It's Wambo aliniambia alikuwa anadhani usikiza mziki until akapatana na the master. I think as far as listening to Kenyan music, mini grandmaster. So pia something I forgot to mention, tukiongelea deeper connection na notable manners, nikiongea na Roba is here mtandaoni wa Mizizi Africa na wa Cheche Sessions, the moderator and the host, tulipatana kwa show ya Deeper, akasema ni discover tuseme via my reaction ya Nyashinski. A moment of silence for that embarrassing moment. So, kwanza I am curious. I don't know if I would love to ask. So, Hazel, Wambo, see, sasa niko na Wambo wawili hapa. Wambo 2 ni aje? Sly. Hi Sly. Damn, it's been a while. It's been forever. I'm hoping you're well. Sheria komta, no interruptions today. Shukran sana kwa kuwa hapa, Sheri, and for holding us down as you usually do on Friday. And people are popping in. What's happening? Who is saying things out there about us? Sly, I hope you're well. Wambo pia, na hope uko salama. So nataka kuona kama ni possible na do. Shukran sana pia for passing by. I want to see and to if you can remember. I'm testing memory. No offense intended here. Najua we know whose memory is better. If you have watched Sanaa kwa Sana videos and umekuwa part of these sessions sana, you know and we know whose memory is better. So si intend any offense upande wako, but let us make the attempt, if you please, if you may. So Wambo 1 na 2 Sheri Nyanchama, Hazel, unakumbuka how you knew about Sanaa kwa Sana, please let me know. Your first interactions na Sanaa kwa Sana. Let me know. Also, if you're watching this baadaye on Instagram or on YouTube, I would also love to hear from you kuhusu your first encounter, your first interaction na Sanaa kwa Sana. Kindly let me know. I am curious about this. Kwa wale wenye wanapika mnaweza multitask, I am curious kusikia your responses. So nilikuwa nasema regarding comment ya Nyanchama mwenye amesema sahi ako na intention ya kucheki catalog nzima ya Sanaa kwa Sana. Tulikuwa tunaweka moment of silence for the sake of embarrassment ya Roba mwenye alinijua through therapy ya Nyashinsky, which is the YouTube video is 10 days old. And 10 days si nyingi, ni very very close to the date today, 29th. However, mina hii kazi nimefanya, all of this work that I've done, tunakuja kunijua na reaction ya Nyashinsky. Mtu mwenye ako kwa hizi art circles na nimeona sura yangu mara kadhaa. Do you see how disrespectful this is to me? Na najua kile mimi hufanya. So Robal niambia alicheki snippet ya hiyo clip on Instagram. So anajua Sanaa kwa Sana ina exist. Anaonanga the Insta, anaonanga videos zimepostiwa sijui saa ngapi asubuhi the following day, anaonanga clips, anaonanga projects of the month posts za what I've listened to in a month. So for the therapy one, amesikia the project and then akaona my snippet akasema this seems interesting. Clickbait ni kama clickbait wase tukishare snippet yetu ya Kahush Wanted in Nairobi, one of our best reviews ever. Nyanchama, if you know Wambo atakwambia, Wambo will let you know. Tayana Mr. Ice ongelea du katokea. I have just been mentioning deeper connection here. Hadi Tayana katokea. Unajua Tayana pia tulilink na hiyo siku kwa their listening session. Alafu the first thing anasema ni sio ku freestyle 4 am ni aje. This is my brand out here. The guy who goes live at 3 am. And nimeisema nikakumbuka Rix akitaja once tukitoka KNT after Akwani session, akasema mse nanga live aje 3 am. And Rix amepitia ngapa several times, quiz ametutupa but ni sawa. Rix is a busy man out here, but yes, Rix knows us. So if you're watching this and mwadhani hatujulikani huku nje, people know who I am. So Sitonic pia kaniambia sio ku freestyle 4 am ni aje. My brand out here. So, clickbait. For Nyanchama, if you want to dive into this catalog, which is vast, extremely vast, hiyo ni a video naweza kuambia ucheki. Hiyo review ya Kahush Wanted in Nairobi. Nilikuwa nasema you can ask Wambo for evidence. A few weeks back hapa niliambia Wambo atafute review yetu ya Octopizo. I think I was mentioning that because nilikuwa nimesema I have done a live listening reaction, a fast listen reaction to Lambu Nights by Octopizo. Nikaambia watu go watch our review ya Jungle Fever, which we did in 2020. Ilikuwa our first year of reviewing projects, ilikuwa our first review ya Octopizo. And then after that you can watch the review ya Fuego. So niliambia Wambo, go watch that one. Enda uone Jungle Fever, Octopizo review. Aliwatch akacomment. Alisema yes, you did not lie. You said this and true to that. Nilimpatia kile alikuwa anatafuta. So, if you haven't watched a review ya Kahush and you're listening to me now, ama unatazama, do yourself the favor. And for evidence, uliza Morio. Atakupatia. Shiro Mutero. Hey, Lana, people have not seen here in forever. In forever. Ni aje wakili, uko salama? Been long since I saw you here. So the catalog goes far back as Facebook. Nikiandika notes, Facebook notes, nikiandika reviews huko. But Sanaa kwa Sanaa, catalog goes as far back as 2018 for the blog. So the blog starts this journey, and the blog pia wezi exhaust, but I'm glad niko na people here wenye wako interested kutaka kuona what this catalog entails. It's huge, as nimesema. Then after the blog came the channel, and that's another place that you cannot exhaust. Tuko na almost 600 videos. Almost 600 fucking videos. So it's extremely vast. It's a library. Nilisema Sanaa kwa Sanaa is a library. A very expensive library that hopefully one day I get to sell this library for a lot of money. Good idea, sinio? Amesema ataicheki immediately after this. So earlier Nchama amesema nilikuwa nasaka mwizi anavalayo YouTube, alafu you guys popped up. This is I would say rare, but nashuku it is also common. Ni vile sija come across people who've said it, but I'm sure most people have come across us obviously by searching for particular artists and songs, ama reaction videos, or nimetokea kwa recommendations za watu kwa their timelines, whatever. But hii najua pia ni something common from what nimesikia from a few people. Nikitumia as a sample, I can tell, because that is how Janice knew about Sanaa kwa Sanaa. So tukimit kwa listening party yake na the launch, aliniambia, cause tulikuwa tunaongea, aliniambia ananijua, alikuwa anijuaje, but aliniambia alinijua hivyo. So yeye kama tu Nyanchama alikuwa nasaka something to do with Navalayo as well. How coincidental. So alikuwa natafuta changanya Navalayo. And guess what? Yours truly, because I have put in the work, and I am the only one who does these things. The algorithm, as as Ava and 78 will tell us, nimesahau the names of those two acts, the algorithm smiled upon me na ikanifavor. So that's how Janice alikam across Sanaa kwa Sanaa. Alicheki my review of Changanya, which I did in 2021 February. Ilikuwa one of the albums I listened to for MWE, which tunaongelea. And then Nyanchama anasema alikuwa nasaka mwizi Navalayo, and then you see tukatokea. And it's I think a 13-minute review, myself, Irauka na Roger. Not the kind of music for Irauka as Nyanchama na Juali Cheki kwa hiyo review. Me na Roger, that is our kind of music. We loved the EP. Obviously, apart from some reservations with the idea and the songs, but that is that. Na ilikuwa part of our top 10 EPs of 2021. Irauka alikam, I think ali appreciate a bit more later, and then now alitokea kwa listening ya Navalayo for Ipo last year in October. Tulishare naye for the session, which ilikuwa our link up na Morio years and years after high school. 10 years since nione Morio. And Irauka alipenda even Navalayo's music more, akimwona akiperform, na ana look forward to your project kama itatoka, because I saw a post ya Navalayo akisema Ipo ilikuwa a fever dream, playing with our minds. playing with our minds. So nasema this, I think as a phenomenon ni common how people come across us, and interesting kuona. So nafikiria also, again, I think I mentioned this, that is how Sero alitujua. Sero pia, sasa Sero alikuwa na type Sero misimu and then lo and behold, a video with a thumbnail with your project and some people kwa background. Thumbnail reads Misimu EP review. Video title Sero Misimu EP review. The video is 36 minutes long. Unaweza pata a panic attack. So I feel artists. I feel you. But Sero alitugundua hivyo. Random search akakama across us. And the person to interview whom I mentioned here when niliongea na Mrumbi, an interview that you should watch. Pia nilikuwa namwambia how artists have discovered us that way, but for yeye ilikuwa different because alipata barua pepe. Costa sasa kanajua Costa amecome through, and I mentioned deeper connection. Isak akatokea. I know this is where Hazel mentions witchcraft. I know Hazel, relax, save your energy, you are unwell, save the energy. But nimetaja deeper, Isak akatokea. Nimeongelea Costa ametokea. You can't make this stuff up. Shukran sana Costa, that is Costa Ojuang mwenye nimetaja earlier, na nimesema tumereview project yake Fwen. That is out, you should definitely check it out. Na pia your track review ya Manyu Pesa, na pia ucheki hiyo mziki ya wiki 2.33. So Sherry, na wewe je, ulitugundua aje? Ulijuaje kuna people doing amazing work called Sanaa kwa Sanaa? So wambo wanasema tulikuwa hapo nje ya Lions. Ukafanya ile kitu, then nikaekea one of your videos. Allah. The first day I met Wambo is the day that I used to torment her. Wambo sitakuanika mbele ya watu. That's between you and I. Sitakuanika mbele ya watu. So like one of your videos alafu the hangout. Yes, Wambo came through for our hangout session, which was beautiful. Walikula keki. We're just feeding the community, feeding the people. So Hazel anasema I connected from your bio a few days after the first Freestyle Friday I joined. So this is in 2021. July 2021, or the last week of June. If we had 5 Fridays, that's the last week of June. If we didn't, the first week, I think ilikuwa first week of July. And hiyo session that Hazel anasema ilikuwa first session where tulikuwa na 3 people kwa the live, excluding myself, so we were 4. And we talked randomly kuhusu music, kuhusu Nyashinsky, kuhusu calligraph, and where people rank calligraph and rank Nyashinsky. And then tukaongelea comedy and how K9 alikuwa amemake a blasphemous statement that Kevin Hart is the best comedian ever. Ama alisema so Roger tore him apart, Omolo Fred tore him apart, and then kulikuwa na Kemi in the comments. That was Freestyle Friday 5 in 2021. That's Saitko tunafika 90 Freestyle Friday sessions. So from then the Hazel akatujua, become the pillar that she is, and we are I am especially extremely grateful sana Hazel. I nilikuwa na tease Sherry because nilikuwa najua atasema memory yake umfail. I knew this is what angesema. Hazel could not help herself, amesema witchcraft. Then Sheria amesema my memory fails me, but someone I follow here tagged you on their stories and I did the rest. Eish, nasa nikaa uli to stalk and I did the rest. Nikaa ni an investigation job. So kuna someone kututag kwa stories, Hazel through Freestyle Friday na my bio, and then kuna Wambo kuchezewa video after mi kufanya ile kitu na kukuwa na a moment between her and I, and then our hangout, and then Nyanchama kutupata randomly akitafuta Navalayo. The beauty, it's horrible that our music journalism culture is poor, but the advantage ni vitu kama hizi. Vitu kama hizi. You do reviews of artists that people will never do. Not never review them, but people will never review those artists, but you'll never find reviews of those artists. That's what I mean. But sisi ni wale. I cannot nakumbuka kulikuwa na we had Njoki Eunice here who was a supporter, alikuwa na come through kwa hizi sessions sometime in 2021 sana, na nakumbuka pia akisema ataishia YouTube acheki the catalog, na nikamshow the catalog is huge. And that was in 2021. Sasa tunafika video so sita. So I cannot wait kuona what Nyanchama atakama across, and please do as Wambo alifanya for our Jungle Fever review. Leave a comment ukiwa huko, leave a like, do the necessary things. Ndio in a few years or whenever we become famous and popular, tutakuwa na evidence. Naliambia pia my people on Friday tuki freestyle. This is for your sake, not for our sake. Tukisha blow, you can pull these records out wambia wase, umesikia amenitaja, amesoma comment yangu, that is me. So it's for your sake, for your own good. So Wambo anasema Freestyle Friday 5, you say 5. Amesema on it. You will love. Iko on, check it out on YouTube for the sake of the view. So enda YouTube, you on YouTube. You will love that session. The catalog hapa on my other account, hizi vitu huwezi maliza, you can't finish this. And then Sheria akasema sitaki kusema stock, but you said it. Yes you did. So if you're also watching e-session, if you're this fine to the video and you've not heard me say this before, and you don't watch easy videos, and by any chance you've chanced upon this, kindly ukitafuta time, check the records za Sanaa kwa Sana. You can use playlists, you can use the videos tab, you can use the home tab, do whatever. Check the catalog, go kwa blog, check the catalog, or jaribu kwenda kwa YouTube, type your favorite artist, and then next to them you can type the name of their project or that project, and then on top of that ongeza review. Guarantee. So I'll read an article here by Gary Suarez tumalize kuongelea MWE. So this will be my 5th year doing MWE. So kwa wale wenye join baadaye, nilikuwa naongelea MWE, which ni the music writer exercise, na pia na a background kuihusu, and then ujue what it's about. And if you are also watching this later and you want to participate, feel free to participate. Haiko exclusive for na two music writers. So nitasoma and then uta get more perspective, but itakuwa the 5th year that I am doing MWE since 2019, 20, 21, 22. So 5 years in a row of doing this after coming across it randomly on Twitter. So ini an article on Medium by Gary Suarez mwenye alianzisha the music writer exercise, and ali publish on 1st Feb of 2018. Where was I? I was in school. We had just come from an election year in 2017. Random question to you as well. Sherry, Wambo, Hazel, Nyanchama. Where were you in Feb 2018? Can you remember? Where were you maybe physically? Where were you maybe emotionally? Where were you in your life? What were you up to your time? Can you remember? Please share. I'd love to hear where you are. Mi nilikuwa shule, ilikuwa my last year 14, 15. Ilifaa kukua, I was supposed to be done by school at the time, but I wasn't, because UN is UN. So a lot of strikes za students and a lot of strikes za lecturers during my tenure in school. So this February 2018, I was remaining with a few months kumaliza. I think to come up 4 months, because tulimaliza in June of 2018. So nilikuwa shule. Or in case you think I have not read, or in case I appear come say agenda shule, I did read. And if you've watched some of our freestyle sessions, I've even pulled my notes, pulling records, something I am telling you to also do with Sanaa kwa sana. Hazel, you are a witness. You've been there kwa hizo sessions, tukiwa na Jack, who also comes by here from time to time, but imekuwa a long time. Tukiwa pia na Slim Shaka. I pulled notes, nikaonyesha watu some notes here and there. So I went to school, in case uko na doubts about that. So just so you know. So this was February of 2018. MWE, how an online writing exercise can make Twitter less awful this month. If you happen to follow a fair amount of music lovers or journalists on Twitter, you might have seen the vague hashtag MWE on your timeline. That's my fault. To clear up any confusion you might have, the premise behind MWE, social media shorthand for music writer exercise, is pretty straightforward. For each of the 28 days in February, participants select an album they've never heard before, listen to it start to finish, and write one tweet about the record. Yeah. Please follow example ya Nyanchama hapo chini. Share your trauma. If ulikuwa na traumatic moments your time kwa life yako. But also share your joy with us. Share. It's precisely the sort of activity that works well on a text-based platform like Twitter. I should know, seeing as I came up with MWE 4 years ago and I've been more or less chaperoning this annual virtual writers workshop there ever since. MWE started out selfishly with the best of intentions. Online, I've developed a bit of a reputation for being curmudge only, to put it mildly. As most people who spend any amount of time on Twitter can attest, the platform can really bring out the worst of you. Its constant stream of provocations, triggers, and outrages prompting uncivil responses in return. Even back in 2015, well before aggressive Trump bots and alt-right scumbags made the place downright toxic, it wasn't particularly healthy to spend too much time there. Watu wa anti-Twitter, where are you? Mikono juu. People who know me in real life, those poor bastards, would express that they didn't quite love how I comported myself online. Still, as a freelance music writer, I had too much incentive to be active on social media, in spite of it very clearly turning me into a kind of jerk. The potential networking opportunities with other writers and commissioning editors on Twitter made it a proving ground for critical ideas, where pithy comments about LCD sound system or Radiohead could lead to paying work for any number of content craving outlets. Even as the writing gigs mounted, I could see what prolonged use of the app was doing to me, exacerbating some of my more disagreeable and obsessive tendencies. Obligated to the platform for professional reasons, I knew I needed to find some way to make Twitter a less personally destructive force in my life. Positivity can frequently prove elusive for a critic, especially in an online environment, but it was with that very constructive spirit in mind that MWE stemmed from. I found myself grousing about the quality of music writing, subtweeting or explicitly implicitly snarking about one piece or another. It took a while, but it eventually dawned on me that no matter how much I complained, simply belly aching over it didn't make anything better. Having participated in writing retreats and seminars since my teens, I began wondering if I could lead one myself on Twitter. I kept the scale reasonable yet ambitious enough, a deceptively simple 1 tweet per album per day model. Thank you, Wambo. I'm loving this. Shereen and Hazel, we are waiting for you too. Share with us. Naona kuna more trauma, but tunakaribisha hii trauma. Kuna tears and laughter. So, Shereen, Hazel, pia kama kuna trauma, throw them here. While I certainly don't claim to have invented the practice of tweeting album reviews, I liked the idea of exploiting the app's then 140 character count to ensure restraint. Mirroring, make it this long since Twitter equal to 80 characters. Mirroring the word counts that professional critics regularly contend with. This is something about this exercise that I thought was interesting na nikaamua nijaribu, because you have to say whatever you want to say within a few sentences. Now communicate clearly. Though my Roman Catholic upbringing instilled in me a biblically where the Catholics at, a biblically Lenten sense of guilt-enabled sacrifice, choosing the shortest month of the year for MWE made it marginally less of a commitment. In recognition of it coinciding with Black History Month, I encouraged people to include albums from Black musicians in their selections, emphasizing the works of women of color in particular. Aya, Sheri, yo umebaki. Sheri ni umebaki. Give us your story. No, watu wanapeana comfort na consolation kwa comments. What a beautiful community. You know, people are consoling each other. Now, for 4 years running now, nimesema this is 2018 siku the article ilikuwa published. Ni aje chance, natumai uko salama. Yo ni Mr. Zod Files mwenyewe. Shukran sana for passing by. Huyu pia ni supporter wetu mwingine. Shukran sana Chance alikuwa na a pop-up shop early or mid or later last year at Lavalate that tulitokelezea, nili pop up huko. Anafanya kazi safi sana, so look, tafuta Zod_files if you're watching this, utaona kazi nzuri sana. And the link to someone whom we've discussed here before, ni yeye alifanya merch na posters goofy for the other things and love. So for 4 years running now, I found myself energetically liking and retweeting my fellow participants' tweet length album reviews, honestly doling out feedback and encouragement throughout each of the 28 days. Regardless of whether or not I agreed with their takes or the quality of the work, I felt an unexpectedly empathetic community with those who had opted into this idea of mine. Of course, I'd conveyed no obligation for the reviews to be positive, and naturally negative ones appeared. Connected by a 3-word hashtag, people appeared to be deriving joy from the exercise, having fun online. Though initially my intended audience, Sheri acha jokes. Usiogope. Sijui kama naweza eka chance on the spot kabla ishie, juu nashuku chance hakai hapa for long. So chance, ukiscroll tu juu kidogo utaona some very personal moments people are sharing here. Nimeuliza watu where they were, whether emotionally, whether mentally, whether physically, or what they were doing at that point in their lives in Feb of 2018. and I have done so because the article I'm reading near Feb 2018. So we've just decided kwa let's go down memory lane na tuongelee 2018 Feb kule tulikuwa. So chance, iwapo utatupatia a chance gift us with your memories of Feb 2018, if you will. Connected by a 3-word hashtag, people appear to be deriving joy from this exercise. Nimeisoma. Though initially my intended audience had been other music critics of varying degrees of talent or experience, the inclusivity of MWE became immediately apparent. Not unlike November's NaNoWriMo, people who'd never considered themselves music writers wanted in. Accordingly, the community welcomed and motivated them, offering album suggestions and conversational feedback. Listening actively, this is the penultimate paragraph, to a piece of music for the first time is a legitimately exciting and universal experience. Many of us have vivid memories of our introductions to certain records at pivotal moments in our lives. We created emotional connections out of these sessions, inextricably tethering them to our respective tastes in profound and lasting ways. And while the marathon-esque pace of MWE may sometimes feel a bit more like speed dating than romance, kuna story ya dating somewhere here, the chances of discovering a new favorite or two in the bunch is worth the effort. At the time when being on Twitter feels like a chore or even punishment, letting one's love of music dominate the feed 1 month out of the year makes it a better place. It may even make you a better writer or perhaps a better person. Whether it's your first time or your fourth, I hope you'll join us this month, which is also my call and my wish as we are finishing Historia MWE, the music writer exercise. This is an article from Gary Suarez published on Feb 1st, 2018 kuhusu MWE. At the time, ilikuwa the 4th year of its existence. Ilianza 2015. So 2015, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Next year itakuwa a decade of this. Wild. So this is the 9th year of MWE. So vile umeona from the article, and shukran sana to Chance for sharing. Sheri, when umeamua tu kuwe mgumu, si ndio? Umeamua tu si participate kwa class moment. In wanting to participate in this, and as you've seen, mutaka kuwa na pia Kenyan music enthusiasts, Kenyan music lovers, Kenyan music critics, or even if you're not a complete music enthusiast hivo kama Babo for example, who waskizangi music as much, unaweza participate. Babo aliparticipate na sisi last year na niliongelea MWE hivi tu kwa hizi lives, and then nikashare pia a tweet about it and people were willing to participate. So tukifanya last year nilikuwa joined na Roger, Babo, Abe, Robi na Mbunge. Tulifanya nao. Mbunge na Robi hawakumanage kumaliza, but the challenge, the exercise ni worth the try, and I would love to also have more people try and do the same this year. Babu najua ataifanya tena, sijui kama Roger ataifanya or Babe kwanza ilikuwa afanye another one in September, alijichocha hakuifanya. So I'd be curious kupata other people as well participating in MWE, and this could be very, very beautiful kuona mara ingine. I am looking forward to doing it once again. So this year, na nimeisema in some sessions, I am not listening to Kenyan music for MWE. I am changing my ways. Nimesikiza Kenyan music for MWE tangu nianze in 2019. So apart from the first 3 days of Feb 2019, when nilisikiza international projects, the rest of that month and then the other Februaries ever since, nimekuwa nikisikia Kenyan music peke yake. Again, check records za muziki za Sanaa kwa Sana for MWE, utaona muziki nimesikiza. So on Twitter, time tulikuwa nafanya last year and a year has just gone by evil. It's the same thing na ukifanya the exercise, Ukianzanga, ukifikiria, una feel as if 28 days is a long time and it can be challenging kuifanya kila siku, understandably, but once you start doing it, the days go by. Pia what helps ni breaking it down. So unaweza break down, mwana watu wakifanya sana a weekly thing. So unasema ini week 1, ini week 2, ini week 3, week 4. Tayari with that, it seems shorter. It only seems like you're doing this 4 times. Ni once hivyo ukiangalia as weeks. Kila wiki, and then una break down sa further if you want to, kama if you want to segment it into genres, if you want to go by years, if you want to go by different kind of artists, if you want to use race, vitu kama hizo, identity, unaweza tumia hizo branches as you are classifying how you want to go about it. But for each day of February, starting Wednesday, yes, for MWE, you pick an album that hujawahi sikiza before. Each day of February, listen to it from start to finish, and then andika a tweet about it. That is what MWE is about. My 5th year ya kuifanya huu mwaka. Nilisema stafanya Kenyan, I was having that feeling strongly that nisifanya Kenyan music huu mwaka, na nimeamua kugo na hiyo feeling, na nilisema pia I won't do my first listen reviews as I usually do. So ukiangalia MWE yangu ya 2021 that nilikava Navalayo in, and ya 2022 ya last year, after listening to projects for the first time, I record myself doing a first listen review. So, and I said this I think last week, this is different from first listen reaction. A reaction you are recording as you're listening. A first listen review unasikiza, then once you're done you record yourself, and the process is something else. You're doing that, kusikia something once and then recording your thoughts. Quite an experience mentally, quite an experience. So this time sifanyi, hey, those of us who want to go down hii rabbit hole ya Sanaa kwa sana, ni aje Leon, shukran sana. If you pick MWE peke yake na upick MWE playlist yangu ya 2021 na ya 2022 only, hizo ni 56 reviews. It's ukifikiria hizo ni almost 60 reviews just like that. One month 28, the other month 28, almost 60. Mi nimesema I have done my part. Kazi yangu nishafanya. So hii mwaka nisikize muziki ingine, pia nijipatie time ya kusikiza other artists, because most of the times patangi time ya kusikiza because of reviews. So I have to listen to a lot of Kenyan music, so it's patangi chance ya kusikiza as much music outside of Kenya as I would want to, as I would love to. So I want to do that for MWE, and then this year generally. So outside of mi kutodai kusikiza Kenyan projects for MWE, also during the rest of the year pia I'll try sana, though najua bado kuna mziki ya wiki kwa blog, kuna mziki ya wiki kwa YouTube. So I'll still listen to a lot of Kenyan music. That has never not been the case for me. A lot of Kenyan music. Andrew Trikong, niaje. Shukran sana for being here. That will still be the case. But now for projects that we are reviewing this year, kuna new ideas that we want to try. So the number of reviews on the channel this year will be fewer than last year. You still get reviews, and I've said this a number of times here. See, people care about his reviews anyway, so. And if you have a rejoinder that you care, what have we not reviewed? The reviews didn't exist. So if you want to watch a review of a particular project, Sanaa kwa Sanaa is there for that particular purpose. So we've done the work tayari, but we want to explore other ideas humwaka for videos, and I am looking forward to these ideas that we have. And I said this tukifanya the week after our recap, I believe, tukiwa hapa na Viva na Kafura, I think Hazel as well. Nilisema if you have ideas za videos that you would want to see us do, art and music related, kindly share them na sisi. Inaweza kwa comment section if you're watching this baadaye, kama ni IG or YouTube, or ukipata a random idea that you think I'd want to hear thoughts za the intellects at Sanaa kwa Sanaa regarding this, come through kwa our DMs, throw the idea, share the idea, and we will gladly vet it. Not do it, we vet it first, of course. Sisi ni watu wa standards. Najua the industry haina standards, but sisi ni watu wa standards. So we'll vet the thing. And I said this, I think Pia Sheri was there. So it's good to know that kuna possibility idea yako kuwa rejected. So ni poa kujua how to deal na rejection as early as possible before you share the ideas. It's only right and healthy and safe for you. So we finish by reading moments zile watu wameshare hapa za trauma na heartbreak zao. Mori anasema kwanza kabisa wewe ndio uko na certificate ya blue checks zao. Nasikia criteria ni you have to have been published, you or your work at least thrice. Alafu anacheka. Mkaja Morio ni kuchocha. Another moment ya witchcraft for Hazel would be this, because I mentioned Morio earlier. Nikiambia Nyanchama cheki our review ya Wanted in Nairobi ya Kahush, because tulibait watu how nilibait Roba na reaction ya Nyashinsky therapy. So nikasema how tulibait wase na review yetu ya Kahush, tukishare part fulani irauka beauty, ata beauty, ata magnificence. What a way ya ku-open a review. So watu kaki na Roba wenye metujulia na hizi stories za reaction ya Nyashinsky, alisha YouTube akapata 500 videos, 500 plus videos. Why? Where have I been? So na bado kuna other people who will discover Sanaa kwa Sanaa later as we make our way to getting famous and eating your money. Na watu waradi muhimu. No pressure Morio. So tuanze na Sheri, tumemforce tukamweka under duress at share experience yake, and it seems people just had traumatic experiences in 2018 Feb. So ya Sheri ni had just started a new job and had my phone stolen. Wizi wa tenje ukurudisha ngani square one, it throws you off. So and then Chance alishare yake. Shukran sana to Bwana Chance Mire for sharing this with us. Bada kwa hapa, asante sana Chance. Alisema 2018 Feb, wow, I think I was trying to figure myself out. I had a run with mad anxiety because I felt like I was doing enough. I felt like I was doing enough for myself, for my family. I was scratching at straws. So Chance, do you mean you felt like you had done enough or you were not doing enough as you tried to figure yourself out? Life ni a constant roller coaster na emotion ya kujaribu tu kufigure out oneself na kufigure out vitu. Si kitu inawezaisha because life itself si kitu figured out. So this constantly happens to us and ni a part of our human experience. So I definitely feel na understand kile unasema. Muri amesema acha nikone herbalist kabla afunge. Long day kesho, inter-rewatch but nikiwapata narudi. I think tutakuwa tushamaliza, but shukran sana Morio, najua pia uko pale kwa rewatch, so tupa hizo comments mbaya. So Shuriel kwa mezusha akisema that's too far back for my head, acha pressure. tuka apply pressure even more. Chance alikama, alikuwa anasema dude, you're always killing it, always rooting for you. Shukran sana to Chance, and for the compliment, asante sana for your continued support. So Hazel alikuwa amesema alikuwa anangoja grades zake, and I think wiki iliyopita for our Friday session tuliongelea story ya KCSE grades. Kwa hiyo session ilikuwa prompt ya Jack, so that was Hazel in Feb. Serendi, yani Sanaa kwa Sanaa can never lack moments za serendipity. Never. It's wild if you think about. So alikuwa nangoja grades zake, lost in that space of not knowing what to do with my life other than sleep. What a moment. What a moment. And then for Wambo trauma here, I was grieving a heartache. It happened on Valentine's. Love. Fraud. Mapenzi ni fraud. As you can see, I am triggered to date. On the bright side, I was working on my final year project. Nilipita. A win is a win, and a win must be recognized and celebrated. So alikuwa nafanya project yake huko na akapita. So see, hizi zilikuwa changamoto za hapa na pale, zile ulikuwa unapatiwa na Mola akikutest kuona kama unaweza handle mapenzi na heartache at the same time na a project, and you emerged victorious. Wambo, makofi kwako. Yeah, so Chance ame correct na ame confirm kile nilikuwa nasema. The sentence inafaa kusoma, I felt like I was not doing enough for myself, for my family. I was clutching at straws. Thank you for sharing, Chance. Thank you for sharing, Hazel. Wambo as well, Sherry pia. And then Nyanchama alifungua the floor akasema Feb 2018 nilikuwa uni second sem ya first year. Mimi nilikuwa namaliza. Ulikuwa unaingia depressed as hell manze. Alafu anacheka. Nimeona Nyanchama akiambia Wambo hapo akisema pole man. Wambo akasema we've healed. Akasema we healed, thank you. So nawe pia Nyanchama tuna hope umeheal years later. Asante for sharing. Shukran sana for sharing your experiences kule mlikuwa in Feb 2018. Mimi nilikuwa shule. Nilikuwa namaliza shule. Ilikuwa a few months into our final exams, but tulianza exams I think was it in May? Tulifanya exams in May, so tulikuwa na a few more months kumaliza our final year semester, then tufanye our exams. Na the previous year ilikuwa tumetoka elections, na nakumbuka during 2017, during that period of elections, the school ilikuwa empty because elections zilikuwa in August. So from July the school was emptier. Students participating in campaigns, kwenda kupatiwa mado, kukuwa part of politicians, campaign trails in various capacities. Nexus ya school politics and national politics is an intriguing thing to study. If you're ever interested, check out and read what people wameandika about it. Very fascinating nexus, na kuna a lot of parallels ukiangalia politics nationally na politics in campus and universities. There are a lot of things that tukiwa huko unajiambia, so huku ndio hii bullshit waanza. This is how inakuwa bred, and this is how it maintains itself ikienda outside of school. So there was that. Then pia people now kuanza kukuwa na hizi tensions za elections. As usual, we can never just feel free, na feel comfortable and relax. So that was also the case. And then pia walimu, since wanakuanga part of political think tanks, au pia kutopatikana, inakuanga a weird time kukuwa in school. But those moments the school could feel isolated. I enjoy such moments, and how the environment in Naka empty. I love that. So we went for elections, stayed at home, and then obviously the petitions, and the first time that elections ilikuwa nullified. Then kukakuwa na more campaigns because of the rerun that ilikuwa nafaa kuhappen, and even more kwa sababu ya NASA kusema hawa participate kwa the rerun. And ilikuwa just the last part of 2018 of 2017 ilikuwa tu elections na politics. And then kukawa na demos months later. So if ulikuwa msewa UON, hizo demos za against IEBC ulikuwa unazipitia kila Monday ilikuwa ibada. Every Monday, that was what was happening. But in 2017, so Jazia and Mumbi walikuanga na a show called Poets vs Rappers that they did for a few editions. The historian that I am, I have to go back into history and memory. Nalikuwa nasema, I'm not offending anyone mwenye hamna good memory. I'm just mentioning things because they are contextual. Walikuwa na a Poets vs Rappers edition on December 18th. I'm just showing off. At Creative's Garage. And I was on that lineup. Was Ivan part of the lineup? I think Ivan was. Nakumbuka kuna a rapper, a producer called Nomad, and then Roger pia alikuwa kwa hiyo lineup. So ilikuwa unaweka 5 poets, 5 rappers, and then they perform one after another, and then the audience to decide nani wali come through the best. So that was in December 2017. And then I think was it in November? I also had a performance at Le Palanca hapo James Gishuru. Ilikuwa an art exhibition kind of show na kumerge different art forms, so fashion, art and music na performances and the like, poetry, spoken word. So those zili happened. I think that was in November, and then issue ingine ilikuwa in December, and then came back to school in January. Nikapata nimeibiwa vitabu na watu. So what had happened, na tulijua this would just go wrong, while we were leaving school towards the end of 2017, and we had had a strike early 2017. Ilikuwa what a time that was. I think so. But just some insane moments. So tukienda home, tukiambiwa to park as we are going home. So if that was another strike, ama ilikuwa stories za elections ama nini, we went and we were to report back in January. And when that was happening, tulijua the people who will come and fumigate, because walikuwa nasema they'll fumigate when people are gone. Tulijua kutakuwa na shenanigans that will happen. So nilipata nimeibiwa vitabu, man. The number of books when sijui mbona nataka kuchukua zote. Obviously walienda kuziuza, obviously, but that happened. That was in January of 2018, a month before Feb. I would be curious kuona kama ningefanya MWE kama ningejua hiyo time, kwa sikuwa najua ina exist. I would have been curious kuona if I would have done it then. Ribaza Siro ni aje. So at least tunaona tulikuwa na traumatic experiences apart from Hazel. Hazel was just lost in a space ya kungoja na kulala. Mimi nilibiwa vitabu shule and an item or two. Sheria alibiwa Tenje, alikuwa ameanza job mpya. Kulikuwa na a heartache ya Wambo. Chance alikuwa na clutch at straws. Nyanchama alikuwa second sem ya first year, alikuwa depressed. Traumatic experiences, I don't know if this is what they call trauma bonding. If you're participating kwa MWE umwaka, let me know in the comments, in the DMs. Nitashukuru sana. I would love to read your thoughts on whatever utasikiza. And tuchekiane whenever. Tutachekiana kwa hizo mitaa za Twitter, or as you read reviews za watu wengine who will be participating, or as you participate yourself. So if you're digging into the catalog, feel free to do the history, dig into the archives. There is a lot to uncover, to discover, to recover, and all of this information uzuri ina exist. It's available. Any other thoughts or things to say? I don't think we do. Nafinika kuna kitu nilikuwa nasema na sijamaliza ku draw your point, but that's okay. Chekiane on Friday kwa wale wenye watatokea. If you will be there, tutaonana. If we make it there, tutaonana. Tuchekiane kesho, mziki ya wiki coming through, and our Cardinali video coming through. I don't know if I'll get to finish my first listen reaction videos this week. I shall figure that out. I want to edit hiyo ya Octo, so you can't tamaliza, but what neza kuna also the interview that tulifanya that should be coming out this week, so that is more of a guarantee, I think, than the Octopizo video. But hiyo interview na video ya Cardinali hizo ni more of guarantees than ya Octo, because the Octopizo bado sija edit, but the other videos ziko done. With that being said, asante sana kwa wakati wako. Kuna mengi nimeuliza during this session. Share your experiences. You're watching this later on Instagram or on YouTube. Share your traumatic experiences of Feb 2018. It seems that was the zeitgeist. Share your comments if you had moments of serenity, the sunshine. Share kwa comments as well, na pia kuhusu your first interaction na Sanaa kwa Sana. I love hearing hizo stories, so please do the same. Shukran sana to Ribaza Siro mwenye amekuja kama mtu wa mwisho. Shukran sana to Bach Kalawa. Shukran sana to Andrew Tuikong. Shukran sana to Leon. Shukran Chance. Shukran Costa aliyepitia hapa. Shiro wakili Mutero, Mr. Istonic, Do, Dia 265. Shukran to Sly. Shukran to Wambo. Shukran to Sheri. Shukran to Angoi. Shukran to Nyanchama ametupatia comment hapo. Shukran to Wambo. Mwingine, shukran to Ngala, the Rogue Professor. Shukran to Hazel. Nyanchama amesema na appreciate for all the work you've put out and continue to. Asante for this session. That's a beautiful place to conclude. And nipatie watu kwenye comment section. Mapenzi, take that with you. Mori alirudi. Nakucheki Mori, nakucheki. Kwaheri ya kuonana, whenever that shall be. If you're watching this later on YouTube, the like button, make use of it. And also the subscribe button if you have not yet, which is completely sinful, an atrocity. And then like hizi videos and share them with your people. Tutashukuru sana. Check out our review ya Costa, check out our review ya Okelo Max, and any other review you can possibly imagine in your head. The Kenyan artists zina exist because this is Sanaa kwa sana. The bell button notification. That bell button is the navel. That's how we connect. Acha niende list yangu ya MWE 28 albums to listen to that I've never listened to. And again, the other thing I asked in recommendations, the video ideas you would want to watch Sanaa kwa sana do. We have fire ideas this year. Add on to that and we'll vet them. So work on how you deal with rejection before sending in your proposals. So all puns intended. Shukran sana for your time.